Hi guys, hi everybody from YouTube. Well, this might be the first time ever on YouTube that announcement like this was made. I am going to make a few announcements. First, telling my friend, she knows who she is, that I'm sorry I haven't made the videos of St. Teresa the Andes yet. Because I'm going to be making a video series on it, and I'm so sorry I haven't yet. But in hint, I actually may send the book to her and give it to her because of what I'm going to say later in this video. But the other announcement is I'm starting to veil partially full time, and I am starting to I'm starting to read Diary of Saint Faustina, her diary. I am actually reading it now. Very good book. And just so you all know, one of my friends had wrote a blog about me, and I will be including that down the bottom as well. But big news, very, very big news. A little introduction. I thought, and you guys sure thought, God was calling me to the Brooklyn Carmel, but he wasn't. And it would, like they said, I would have to wait 5 years to actually enter there. But I was like, oh, 5 years. But I just said, Lord, if you could wait all this time for me, I could wait 5 years for you. But they said I would have to get my GED and things like that. And honestly, I probably never told you guys this, but I have a learning disability, and it's hard for me to catch on to things like other people. But God wanted me to be his bride. Jesus wanted me. And he would stop at nothing to get it, to get me into Carmel. And that's why I just think he spoils me to death. That's one of the reasons. If you hear if you see that video, Nelly of Holy God, little Nelly of Holy God, I know it's not the appropriate song for that video, but at that time I felt so spoiled by God. I just had to put it in because it kept bugging me. And I love that song because it's like, I'm spoiled. I'm just spoiled by you, and it's nothing. And if you hear the song and then you just put like God in it in your head, like that's God, then it's like, it's the most beautiful song ever. But I love that song. But he wasn't calling me to the Brooklyn Carmel, and I said, okay, God, what Carmel do you want me to look at? And I seemed like every Carmel on the planet. I wrote the ones in Nebraska, the ones in Pennsylvania. I wanted to join I don't know if you guys know this, a 1990s Carmel. They seem more stricter and things like that. But I told God I want to be in a strict convent, and I don't want to be in a 1991 convent, But it was God's will, whatever he wanted. So I started looking around. I looked into 1991 Carmels, and the one was, I forget the one, but the other was the Carmelites of Crystal Ray, and they are part of the group of Nebraska and Pennsylvania. Like the ones in Nebraska were in Crystal Ray, but then they moved to Las Vegas, and then they moved to Nebraska. So they're all part of the same group. But the ones in Crystal Ray are in San Francisco are very traditional. And I'll have a link on the bottom for you guys about them. There's not too much you can find about them, but there's some on the internet. And God knew I love the tradition of the Spanish Carmel. The traditions. I wanted to join a Carmel like St. Teresa the Andes. So I said, God, whatever you want me to do, I'll do. And I just like, please God, put me in a Carmel that I like. And God knew all these desires I had for Carmel, and He just granted them. And He's so sweet. That's why I say He spoils me to death, because He wanted me in a good Carmel, and a Carmel that I liked it. But I started contacting the Carmelites of Cristo Rey in San Francisco. And before that, I always had trouble having Carmels respond back to me. You know, like, oh, is there something wrong with me? Like, you know, but I always had trouble them responding back. I had contacted them by email, and they sent me an email back. Well, it was kind of like a response email, automatic email or something, saying, well, you'll just need to write us and things like that. And I said, okay, I'll write them in time. And time went by, I guess like 2 months. And then all of a sudden I got this email from them. I said, who's this from? And they're like, well, just fill out this vocation match thing and we'll get back to you. Weird. And I filled it out, and I said, you know, how I love the Latin Mass and things like that. And they were like, we are so happy to correspond with you. We're so happy to talk to you. And we love the Latin Mass also. I was like, okay, eyeball popping. You're corresponding, and I said, you know, I sent them email saying, you know, they said they would be happy to send me like some pamphlets and things like that, a booklet of their convent. I said, oh, I would love that. And he said, just give us your address and, you know, we would send it to you. So when I said, okay, well, I would love to have it. So I sent them an email back saying, you know, please send it. But like 2 days later, they called me. I was like, what? This is like, I never had Carmelites see this before. But they called me, and we got to talking, and I talked to a Carmelite nun, and she is the sub-prioress of the convent. I just felt so peaceful talking to her. And after a while, she told me there was something special about me that she saw in me, that she felt it. You know, she felt there was something about me, and she said, I want to help you in any way I can with your vocation. And I can see it's a very special vocation. And I had asked, I said, well, and I told you about my learning disability. I had asked, you know, would I need my GED? And God, wanting me so bad, they said no. Said, we don't believe in all those certificates and things like that, because you know it, you know stuff, but we don't need papers saying you know it. And I was like, wow, that is amazing. I'm sorry, guys. My computer's getting hot for some reason and slowing up. But yeah. But now this is probably gonna be a 2-part video. But please watch the 2 parts if this goes over. But we got to talking, and they said, you know, no, you don't need that. And I said, wow, okay. And then they had told me that, you know, some convents wait 3 to 5 years for converts. They said they don't do that either. And they said, once you get in here, it's going to be like second nature because you've wanted this for so long. So it's going to be like second nature to you. So I was just like, God, you are like amazing. You want me so bad. And I was like, I wanted him just as, and I couldn't see he wanted me just as bad to be with him in Carmel. I couldn't see that. But we've been corresponding, and drum roll, here's the big news. I am going for a visit August 20th, and they said I will stay for a week, and at the end of that week I can go back home and discern some more. But here's the thing, if you wanted to be a Carmelite so bad for how many years? But they said, or you can stay and enter. So it's kind of like good news and kind of sad news in a way, because I'm going to miss you guys so much. And I love every one of you, and you're all my best friends, and you've been here praying for me. So please tell your family that God's going to be taking me soon to Carmel. And you know, Carmel's like heaven on earth because all you do is pray all day, which is loving it. But I wanted to tell you all thank you for your prayers. And I'm going to start crying, but thank you all for your prayers, because I've wanted this for so long, and God's finally giving me his hand, and I'm just about to take it, and we're going to get married. So, okay, I'm sorry. But thank you all for watching this video. Look forward to many other videos like the St. Teresa Andy series. Okay, I love you guys. Bye. I want to tell you some good news. Well, I started discerning with the